It is 6:01 a.m. It is Friday, February 7th. And taxpayers are going to be pissed. Yes, that's it. Now, this is a video from Off Grid Desert Farming News with Paul and Adrian. Now, let's fix this here. Okay, right there. Okay, good. Off Grid Desert Farming with News with Paul and Adrian. Now we've seen Paul a lot and hearing him a lot, but where's Adrian, by the way? Yeah. Okay, it says here, breaking news, Musk undertakes the biggest hack in U.S. history. All government agencies will soon be under his control. Bullshit, yeah. Let's see here. All right. This is just really just that a lot of waste, that U.S. aid, a lot of waste, and this is the press secretary who's speaking on the list of things wasted on.
In Kazakhstan, I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people in North Carolina.
How much of a moron do you have to be to actually be upset about this? You've probably seen the clips of Democrats in Congress melting down over Elon Musk literally every day. He is now enemy number 2 next to Donald Trump. And so the liberal media industrial complex is doing everything that they can to try to smear him, including rolling out their pollster genius.
The American people did not sign up for this. They voted in Donald Trump. They did not vote in Elon Musk, a key role for Musk and Trump's administration. You see this 39% support, 53%, the clear majority opposed.
Now what he's saying is 53% of American people did not vote for this. No. It's you, the CNN nut jobs. It's you, the mainstream secular media, that don't want this. You want to do news for your political buddies in D.C. and shit. You want to cover their ass because you guys are so buddy. There was an old 60 minutes episode where Mike Wallace was. It was obvious his damnedest of playing one guy against another, and it was over either the Whitewater scandal or Bill Clinton's.
Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off Grid Desert Farming News.
Or it was Bill Clinton's philandering and shit, the Paul and Joe's thing, guys.
With Paul and Adrian, it is February the 6th, 2025. I want to welcome you to our broadcast today. Another day that we're losing our freedom right before our very eyes, and most people are so blind to what is happening. It's just so unbelievable that we are witnessing the destruction, the takeover of our government, and most people are complicit with this thing that is happening, folks. They cannot see it. What is so frightening to me is that everybody else can see it except for the people that voted for Trump. Everybody can see what's happening. Governments around the world, leaders around the world, people can see what's happening to our country except the people that voted for him. We're going to break it all down for you today, folks. We only give you the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. We only give you facts. We supporting our broadcast every single day with fact after fact after fact, articles, receipts where you can go back and fact check this information. We do not use just one source. We use multiple sources from around the world. And we have been 99% right on our predictions. And that's what they are, folks. They are not prophecies. They are predictions. They are my opinions. And so far, we've almost hit it.
It may be your
right
opinion,
over the
Paul, but
bullseye
not your
almost
prediction.
every time. And when we do make a mistake, we come on and correct it. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to our broadcast. Welcome, new members. This is going to be a memorial broadcast today. So much information. Elon Musk and Department of Government Efficiency are hacking the
Department of Government Efficiency. Okay. Now, the thing is, what's happening is there's been some auditing happening. Okay, like, for example, the U.S. aid, right? A lot of people got fucking wealthy off that U.S. aid bullshit, you know. Politico, for one, you know. Just really, I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy. Let me see here. Hold on here. Hold on. All right. Okay. There's been beginnings of auditings, you know, auditings around and because there's been too much money wasted, you know, and again here you got this guy saying the people opposed the whole Musk thing.
They don't want this. The American people don't want this. No, no, no.
Excuse me, sir. You mean the CNN audience doesn't want this, and we couldn't care less. Here's our lovely new press secretary, Caroline Levitt, pointing out just how ridiculous it is.
Okay, here, let me turn it here, guys. Okay, this is the new press secretary.
Democrats are being upset about all this.
I would just say that you brought to mind California and North Carolina, who continue to be on our hearts, and the president and this administration are committed to ensuring that these individuals get the funding that they need. And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation
The U.S. government.
in Kazakhstan.
Musk has moved.
I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged.
What was that? What was that again? What was that again?
Waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million.
$2 million on sex changes in Guatemala.
To fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq.
$20 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq. That's like a gold digger wasting money of a guy she got done fucking.
$4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could
$4.5 million to battle disinformation.
Go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything, and in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them.
Yeah,
this
nothing.
president will continue to put Americans first, and I think.
But yet, after the hurricane happened, FEMA went in there. Didn't do very much except for try to steal donations and money. And for who? To give it to the fucking illegals, man. Yeah. People who got hit hard by Hurricane Helene, right? Parts of Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, got hit by Hurricane Helene. Asheville, North Carolina got hit the most, the hardest, man, you know. And the lives lost were more than what was lost on 9/11. Okay. I mean, it's really. We're going to give you a one-time payment of $750. Really? To people with the fire? How can someone survive off of $750? You fat, you brain rotten bastard, right? I mean, come on now. Then people in Asheville were told if you sign up online, you could able to get the money. You'd be eligible to get the money. Okay. But don't you know that people lost their homes? And you're talking to them like they're stupid. They're not stupid. Okay, they're not. A lot of waste, man. A lot of money wasted on shit, man. And these dumbass politicians are like over dramatically trying to be over dramatic. All I see is overgrown children in suits. Wearing a blue and red tie. That's what I see. Overgrown children in suits with red and blue ties. That's what I see. Thing is, you know, at this point, you know, a lot of money's been wasted, dude, you know, hugely.
With lightning speed to try to remake the federal government. Many Democrats and even some Republicans are saying that his efforts are unlawful, and yes, they are. What you don't understand, folks, is that Elon Musk is not a natural-born citizen. He is from South Africa. And he even...
Elon Musk may have been born in South Africa, but he's an American citizen. He became an American citizen. All right? We already know he's not from the United States. He's from South Africa. Born and raised in South Africa. Became a U.S. citizen.
On his application to become a citizen of the United States. There is major conflicts of interest with this man that does not have a security clearance.
Paul, how do you know he lied on his application to become a citizen, you bastard? Huh?
Neither the employees, the software engineers that are working under him, they do not have security clearances or government authorization unless you call what Trump has given him. Now, usually the process for when a person comes into the government, they are given a security clearance. That means they have to go through a vetting process. They have to be vetted to make sure that they're not spies working for another government. And sometimes this vetting process can be very extensive and takes a couple weeks or more. But Elon and the people that are working for him under the DOGE have not been vetted, have not been cleared for the sensitive government agencies they are now taking over with artificial intelligence. What you don't realize is that this is happening in real time right now. This is not something that is going to be in the future or the near future. This is happening real time as I'm speaking right now. And this is happening at a lightning speed. And before people are going to realize and wake up, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late because Musk will be able to control our government. Folks, what you don't understand is he has a very big team of software engineers. The people that work for Elon are very, very intelligent. They are from MIT, universities all over the United States. They're very good at what they do. And these software engineers and computer programmers are going through each government agency, one right after another, putting in their own code. You understand what they're doing? They're putting in their own code so they will have control over that government agency. They are installing the beast system where everybody will.
Maybe they were hired to look over audits because there's been a lot of money wasted, even with the agencies and shit. I mean, if you think about it, what the Doge does, Department of Government Efficiency, right? Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, I mean, it's really kind of funny how, well, you know, what the fuck, dude? You know, now, Bomo Turkish Taffy says here, God bless Musk. I have waited my whole life for someone to expose and hold accountable of thieves who rape the American public of every single day and get away with it. Scot-free. Party of thievery, the Democrats, who go into stark raving nuts so they have helped expose themselves. If Trump can figure out how to dismantle the U.S. aid and the Satanic Department of Education and the Luciferian CIA and the host of the other abominable agencies of the U.S. federal government, he'll go down in history as one of the greatest U.S. presidents. Okay, this is from Wildman 62. Where are you getting your info is your problem. It could take it over years ago, then how do you have one of the highest security clearances in the USA? You're foolish. Maybe Freedom was going under Biden. Treasury has had AI for 10 years. Metro Media got money from USAID, millions, that is $92 million when Senator Joe Biden, which was kickbacks from Ukraine, NPR also got money. All your sources, all mainstream media. Not one source is by anyone that is truly independent. Musk did not fire anyone. Mark Rubio did the trimming of jobs. Our stolen money used all the sources, not one-sided. Musk could have taken over on go one-sided. You're the fucking moron. We are broke as a nation. 21 trillion missing from the defense under Obama. How about looking it up? Have you seen now this is from Adam Munyard. Have you seen the YouTube videos of his babysitter when he was young? She saw him open portals, whether true or not, decide yourself. Perfect analogy. Frito Doge. Okay. Metsi 802. This is much to discern with entering the Treasury Department versus the Defense Department or any other agency like health and education. Elon wasn't elected. Kamala wasn't elected as a candidate either. As we know, one bird with two wings and a bull running through the china shop. I'd rather they all come clean and tell the truth without omissions or scripted ear tickling like not going to happen. Semi-controlled chaos is what we get, and they have goal to wonder why mental illness is on the rise. God knows, waiting for his response.
You will have to comply if you live in the United States. Right now, they're installing the beast system. Remember the mark of the beast? Remember what it says, you won't be able to buy or sell. You'll have to get your government ID. And Elon Musk is setting up a credit score. And he's going to have access to your social security number, all of your employment information, your bank accounts.
Paul here, I don't know how many followers he lost so far. But the thing is, there's been enough waste of money. Enough government waste of money. Okay? And see, Paul sounds like he's on the side of the elite Democrats. Oh my God. The thing is, not everybody agrees with the way Trump has Elon Musk, okay? I get that, okay? But the thing is, there's a lot of waste in money. Tax dollars, man. There's a lot of things happening to the American people, okay? I'm also going to mention people that are whistleblowers. Okay? People who are whistleblowers are also getting fucked over. Okay? There are some whistleblowers that are gang stalked. Organized government gang stalking. Whether you are a whistleblower who sued the government, or if you, or you could be a regular citizen, be targeted for no apparent reason. All you want to do is be left alone and live your life as see fit, But there's been a lot of power grab, a lot of people suffering, and a lot of wasted money, people getting fucked over, man, And not just that, but also whistleblowers too. Um, so it's really at one common sense that, you know, Elon Musk is not going to take over the government. He's not going to control all of the agencies. No. What's happening is that some people who work with the FBI, CIA, NSA, certain that went along with this bullshit are offering a buyback. Here, we'll resign, and we'll, because these are the ones that are the fuck ups of the. These are the ones who are the fuck up of the fuck ups. Okay? And they're going to pay them 8 full years worth of just go. Get out of here. You know. You're fucking up. Get out of here, you know. Because they have no soul. They have no heart. They have no conscience, right? And so, in one point here is, you know, like what Bonomo Turkish Taffy here says, again here, this is 5 hours ago. God bless Musk. I have waited all my life for someone to expose and hold accountable the thieves who rape the American public every single day. Get away with it. Scot-free. The party of thievery. The Democrats are going stark raving nuts, so they are helping expose themselves. If Trump can figure out how to dismantle the U.S. aid and the Satanic Department of Education, and the Luciferian CIA and host of other abominable agencies of the U.S. federal government, he will go down in history among the greatest of U.S. presidents. This right here makes a lot of sense. Wild Mill, Small Man, 62. I'm sorry. When you're getting where you're getting your information is your problem. He could have taken over years ago. Then how do you have one of the highest security clearances in the USA? You're foolish. Maybe I am. Freedom was going bye-bye under Biden. Treasury has had AI for 10 years. Mainstream media got money from U.S. aid. Millions, that is 92 million, went senile Joe Biden, which were kickbacks from Ukraine. NPR also got money. All your sources are all mainstream media. Not one source is by anyone that is truly independent. Musk did not fire anyone. Marco Rubio did the trimming of the jobs. Okay? Our stolen money, use all the sources, not one-sided. Musk could have taken over long ago, one-sided. You're the fucking moron. We are broke as a nation. 21 trillion missing from the department. 21 trillion missing from the Defense Department under Obama. How about that? Look it up. This is on Rumble.
They will be at the disposal of him and his software engineers and Donald Trump. That if you do not bow down in worship, if you do not comply, if you do not agree, then they can exclude you from buying and selling They're basically setting up a Chinese version of the credit score. And everybody is cheering him on, folks. This is ridiculous. In the shorthand of the tech industry, Elon Musk has hacked into the government. The billionaire tech magnate has never been elected to office or been confirmed by the Senate for the high-level government job in the span of just a few days. Musk has gained access to sensitive federal data through his position as the head of...
Honestly, it's better him than Google or Facebook or Apple. Right? Right? I tell you what, if it was Mark Zuckerberg, that dude would be what the Democrats would need in that position role. I mean, could you imagine Facebook, Meta, doing this shit? No, because it'll be hell to get rid of Mark Zuckerberg and shit, and his fucking crew. You don't want Google in there because Google will have their hands in everything, right? What's Google? Let's see. They were a search engine at one time. All of a sudden, there's an email search they got. They have all these different things, tools like if you work in an office, they kind of call tools that you can use. Google, what it is, which is nuts here, but Apple, you don't want an Apple on there, man. I tell you what, Apple be like, no, you don't want no $1 trillion company like Apple, Google, or Meta in there, because they'll just fuck shit up for. I mean, plus Democrats and the neocon rhinos of the GOP were like, yes, good. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? So Paul here, who runs the Off-Grid Desert Farming News with Adrian on Rumble and YouTube, he sounds like he's a one-sided dipshit who thinks he's Wolfman Jack. No. No, it's all bullshit
of
here.
President Donald Trump's Department of Government Efficiency Project, or DOGE, to push a far-reaching agenda and potentially spark a constitutional crisis. Well, it's going to be too late, folks. Once Elon gets his tentacles into every aspect of the government, you're not going to be able to get him out. It'll be too late. It's like letting the horse out of the barn and trying to go around.
It says here, Department of Government Efficiency Project, or DOGE, to push a far-reach agenda, potentially sparking a constitutional crisis. Musk embraced Silicon Valley's most notorious instincts to move fast and break things in a lightning battle to muscle into the computer system and power structure of federal agencies, as he did with his corporate takeover of Twitter. Let's sorry there. We all know that Twitter was not making money. Twitter was not making any money. Okay, Twitter was censoring people. They were removing tweets, shadow banning, like what Facebook is doing, along with Instagram and shit, and YouTube, based on behalf of the FBI and the government. So Elon Musk bought some stock. So he wanted to purchase Twitter. He wanted to buy Twitter. And he walked into Twitter headquarters with a sink. Telling people, let it sink in. Let it sink in. So he fired a lot of dumbass people because they believed in ideology over profit, man. And where was Jack Dorsey, man? That fucker stepped down from a company he helped steal from the real creator of Twitter, you know. The original founder of Twitter wanted to create Twitter for kind of a news thing, you know, in a way. And so Jack Dorsey and another guy stole it out from under him. They pulled a Mark Zuckerberg, you know, stealing a company from other people who were involved, you know. Mark Zuckerberg stole Facebook from 3 co-founders, you know. Basically fucked them over, you know. The last guy that left, he was the one that was holding. He was the glue. He was the guy behind the scenes trying to keep things intact, you know, and try to get these intact. While Mark Zuckerberg, he's just fucking around, man. And he hired a guy that was like the Mark Zuckerberg pulled what Henry Ford did a century ago. And now also he did what Carnegie did a century ago. Over a century ago. These two icons of industry hired very not nice guys, and want to keep people in line by any means necessary. By any means necessary. So Zuckerberg hired one guy, and he was played by Justin Timberlake in the movie Social Network, and it proves that Mark Zuckerberg is a self-centered, egomaniacal little cocksucker, you know, and the guy is losing it. He's losing it because he does not want competition. Now, here's my question for him. If you don't want competition, then why is there Minds, Gab, MeWe, CloudHub, Parler, Getter, True Social, Rumble, and why is Tumblr still around? Huh? Why is Tumblr still around? Okay, you know. And why is there TikTok? In actuality, if you think about it, you have Snapchat and TikTok. They're competing. Yeah, they're competing. Snapchat's doing pretty good, you know, but Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, they're having their lunch eaten by these other platforms. And Mark Zuckerberg knows there's more platforms, choices for other people. Okay? He's lost about 7.5 million people from his platform. over the years. Over the years, man. That's a lot of people, man. You know. A lot of people over the years, man, because of his bullshit. You know, people stop using Facebook. They stop using Instagram. They stop using WhatsApp. Right? WhatsApp is no longer secure, man. I used to use WhatsApp. You know, that was cool, but no, I use Signal. So, so Paul here is getting his shit from the secular media, okay? Secular media. NPR is getting paid. I mean, NPR, Politico, they got money from the USA, man. They got paid, what, 8.4 million?
Round him up. It's too late. He's gone. He's off and running. Musk has embraced Silicon Valley's most notorious instincts to move fast and break things in a lightning.
The reason Elon Musk bought Twitter is he wanted to bring back free speech on a platform. Okay? Now, Twitter is one of the big three. One of the big three. Or four, counting Tumblr. Tumblr is now part of the alternative platforms, along with Minds and Gab and MeWe and CloudHub and Parler, Getter, Rumble, Truth Social, man. You know. And the CEO who took over for Dorsey was not going to sell. When basically Dorsey still has control over the company. He's still the head guy, you know. So the CEO who took over for him said, we're not selling. We're not selling. Dorsey on Twitter was like really fucking pissed. Because he's friends with Musk, right? Jack Dorsey wanted to leave and wipe his hands of Twitter. Just because he knew that Twitter was a sinking fucking ship with a bunch of fucking rats willing to sink along with the ship. I get it. I get that. Not a lot of people like the idea of Musk buying Twitter, but the thing is, at least there's something coming back. Something, okay? Something, at least. So, then you have Lindsey Graham saying that, well, if Elon Musk is going to buy Twitter, he should hand over SpaceX to the government. No. How many of you remember, okay, now mind you, Lindsey Graham, okay, said, since Elon Musk is buying Twitter in 2022, okay, Elon Musk should hand over SpaceX to the government. Stop. Okay, let's stop right here. Okay. How many of you remember Iron Man 2? Right, Iron Man 2. Right. Tony Stark goes in to testify. Right. Okay. The late Gary Shandling, okay, stand-up comedian, became an actor, played a senator. A senator, right? He said, Mr. Tony Stark should hand the Iron Man weapon to the American people. Now, if you remember, he put his hand on his chest, right? He said, American people. He means the American government, not the American people. Tony Stark should hand over the Iron Man weapon to the American people, meaning the U.S. government, meaning the military, meaning DARPA, meaning CIA, meaning all this shit. And Stark says, no, it's mine. It belongs to me. It belongs to me. And that's basically saying to the government, hey, fuck you. I did it. It's my property. I built it. Go fuck yourself. And pretty much, Musk ain't gonna hand over SpaceX to any government, because if it happens, it means the Air Force, the CIA, NASA will have all this tech, have no idea what to do with it, right? Elon Musk ain't going to hand over SpaceX to anybody, okay? SpaceX is Elon Musk's Iron Man suit, okay? That's the thing, you know. So, to Lindsey Graham, fuck you. So, the thing is, Elon Musk now owns Twitter. Now it's called X now. So, the thing is, not everybody likes the idea, but the thing is, they're afraid that the ones who are mad are the ones who are the ones that would complain, bitch, and moan, and demand that something happens. They read a tweet or something like that, and they want it removed and censored. Those are the people who are really upset that they can't demand someone to be removed from the platform or censored of the platform. I'm sorry. Free speech is free speech. So, yeah. Elon Musk is not taking over these agencies. Department of Government Efficiency is basically, it's to go in there and audit all these things that are being wasted on, you know, all this bullshit that's been exposed and coming to the surface, you know. Remember, whatever happens to the dark is going to be brought up to the light. So, this is what's happening. They don't like it. Chuck Schumer says the American people will not stand for this. Oh, do you mean your voter base, Chucky Schumer? You know, Elizabeth Warren was like freaking out when she's asked RFK Jr., are you going to promise not to sue the pharmaceutical companies? Because she knows that, because she's getting kickbacks from Big Pharma. Okay, Elizabeth Warren is getting a huge kickback from Big Pharma. That means she's getting kickbacks from these pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer and shit, you know, and Johnson and Johnson, you know. And here, what's with our hair? Oh, it's off. Okay. She's getting a kickback, and she's like, she's freaking out because RFK is being chosen to be the HMO guy, you know, HHS, Health and Human Services, you know. So she's freaking out. She's like, because she's afraid that if he sues the pharmaceutical companies, she'll lose her kickback. Because she is to Big Pharma as Gavin Newsom is to PG&E. Because Gavin Newsom is getting kickbacks from PG&E. And so is other California Democrat senators and also members of Congress, you know. Yeah. So, the thing is, it's really to a point, yeah. I mean, it's just, they're overreacting, you know, that Hakeem Jeffries, you know, he tried to pull a Maxine Waters. I think a lot of these politicians in suits and wearing red and blue ties need to seriously think about all this shit. But of course, they won't do it because, like, well, you know, it's really. I get it. I get that not everybody likes Trump or Musk. I get that, and you know, it's really at a point when you stop and think, okay, well,
He battled the muscle into the computer systems and power structures of federal agencies, as he did with his corporate takeover of Twitter in 2022. He has brought in a team to us.
Again, Paul, Elon Musk bought Twitter because Twitter was not making any money. Most of those assholes that were at Twitter were for ideology only and not making profit. They were losing money, losing profit. They were out of the top 10. I mean, they're like so close out of the top 10 of social media platforms on app stores, like the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, you know, all that shit. So,
Assess details such as office building leases, budget line items, vendor contracts, and performance of individual employees with a stated intention of radically downsizing the organization. With a cadre of software engineers as young as 19 years old, and with the encouragement of Trump, Musk has demanded and has been given access to sensitive government databases. And this is the kicker, folks. This is the kicker. And the Treasury Department's payment system, which is an unprecedented series of bureaucratic maneuvers. There are deep concerns among many Democrats and some Republicans that Musk and his staff, members who are not government workers and are not bound by the same ethics and rules that apply to federal workers, are acting in secret without accountability and potentially against the law in the Trump administration's effort to shrink the federal government. What you don't realize, folks, is that Elon Musk and the 19-year-old or 20-year-old software engineers working for him do not have security clearances. In fact, they will not publish the names of the people that are working under Elon Musk. They're not publishing the people working with him. We don't know if they're Chinese spies, Russian spies. We don't know who they are, folks. They've not.
okay, Paul, how about this? How about you go back under the Biden administration and say the same shit? Of course, they won't do it because maybe Paul is maybe Paul is a Democrat, maybe Paul's a liberal or a progressive Democrat or a rhino. Oh, Paul loves the rhinos and neocons.
Not been security clearances because Donald Trump has given a security clearance waiver for 6 months. Never in the history of the United States of America has our government been breached by a non-citizen with ties to communist China and other enemies of the United States. What you don't realize is that Elon Musk has a very large presence in the communist country of China, where he manufactures cars, he manufactures batteries and other things. He is very, very close to the Chinese Communist Party and their government. And now we have let this renegade inside the government of the United States basically taking over control of our government and inserting artificial intelligence that once it is put in our government, it's going to be almost impossible to remove. Do you understand what's happening? Elon Musk, the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who have created Skynet. Skynet is Genesis, is Starlink. And it's going to be too late. And what is so crazy, folks? Listen, this is the crazy part about it. Let me get this on the screen for you guys. I mean, I want want to show you the mentality of the people that are cheering Elon Musk and Donald Trump on. I want to show you the mentality of what is really happening. I don't know if you remember the movie Idiocracy. The movie Idiocracy with Frito, right? And they come to the scene in the movie that they're attacking Frito's car. And all of a sudden, Frito starts going, yeah, and then not sure, or the guy playing in the movie in Idiocracy, he says, you know that's your car? You know that's your car? You know, here's Frito, and here's the star of the movie, of Idiocracy. And Frito right here, he got his lawyer's degree in Costco. Yeah, I can't believe it either, you know. I got my college degree at Costco. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it. I like money. Do you like money too? I like money. Yeah, it's Frito. Yeah, lawyer Frito. So this is Frito, and here's the star of the movie Idiocracy, and they're shooting up his car right here. They're shooting his car. They blow up his car, and Frito's in the background right here, and he's about to cheer him on, folks. He's going, yeah, hell yeah. This is the people that voted for Trump. That Trump is dismantling our government, taking control of our government, while the MAGA people are cheering him on. You know, we're
Paul, do you know why the movie Idiocracy was made, you fucking moron? It's to prove that people like yourself are narrow-minded, simple-minded. You only see one side of the equation. And you have a mindset of a fucking gnat. You are a cheap knockoff of Wolfman Jack. A cheap knockoff, by the way. A gnat-brained cheap knockoff of Wolfman Jack. Again, this is off-grid desert farming news with Paul and Adrian. What's Adrian, right? All we're hearing is Paul, only Paul, right? He's a gnat-brained cheap knockoff of Wolfman Jack. Okay. Now, I would rather listen to Wolfman Jack's in classic old school radio than Paul here. Paul is just talking to himself. He ain't talking to us. He's basically talking to himself, really.
They're celebrating the destruction.
Now the movie Idiocracy. If you really understand the reason why the movie was made, think of the movie They Live with Roddy Piper. Okay, a movie that was done by John Carpenter, right? The guy who did the movie Escape from L.A., Escape from New York, right? Who also did Halloween, by the way. Great movie, you know. One of the best directors of all time, you know, John Carpenter. It's to prove that people in power and the media and politicians and just really are stupid fucking people, and anybody who voted for them are as dumb, as redundant, less irrelevant than ever. You know, don't understand that. You know, that bullshit.
Of their own life, their own country, just like the movie. I mean, just like the movie, folks. I mean, this is what's happening. I'm not playing this video because I don't want to get a copyright strike, because this is a movie and they're very particular if you play clips from the movie. But this is what is happening. That we have the people that voted for Trump. We have the people that voted for these things that are going on. They're cheering. They're cheering on the destruction of our country. Yeah, go Trump. Yeah, go Elon. Put in the artificial intelligence. Yeah, the beast system. Yeah. They're cheering on their own destruction. And now Elon is getting his tentacles into the aviation industry. Folks, you know, it's so sad. Everybody can see this except the people that voted for him. Musk, cost cutters, target U.S. aviation system. All under the guise of cutting government spending and making your life better, when actually you are about to become a slave. And they will have total control over the U.S. government, and before long it's going to be too late. You won't be able to reverse this, folks, and people are going to be okay with that. Elon Musk has pledged to deploy his DOGE, which are not or don't have a security clearance. He's going to deploy them, the cost-cutting squad, inside the innards of American air traffic control system, promising Wednesday to make rapid safety changes to the complex web of software, hardware, facilities, and people that keeps planes from crashing into other planes. With the support of U.S. President Donald Trump, the Department of Government Efficiency team will aim to make rapid safety upgrades to the air traffic control system. Musk posted to his social media platform X. Musk's comment came shortly after Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy posted that he spoken to DOGE and that the squad plans to plug in. They're going to plug in their software to the air traffic control system to help make unspecified upgrades to unknown systems. So we don't know what he's doing, folks. Listen, we don't really know because it's being done all in secret. They're not telling the people what they're doing. It's being done in...
Now the thing is, if you go to off-grid desert cooking, off-grid desert farming news with Paul Adrian on YouTube as well, you get the same fucking response. So here, let's go to okay. This is the same bullshit here. Okay. Okay. Now, same thing here. Same thing. It's the same thing. Some are thanking him. Some are saying he's fucking nuts. Um, um, Now, this guy here, Rock CVN 71 says, you blew the lid off it, Paul. No, he did not. Um, um, was it Judy or Ludi? Brenna 2666. Only born again person can understand the whole scriptures. You have a forked tongue and your words have no meaning. You should give your life to Jesus Christ of Nazareth, God's Son, the only Lord, creator of the universe. Yeah, that is from. That comment is from Ludi Abrina 2666. And yeah, she really gave Paul a piece of that in her mind. Hell yeah. Thank you, Ludi. Sarah Hardbridge 2392 says, our absolute most worrisome problem right now is the Abraham Accords. Paul, I really wish you would do a deep dive into those so that Christians will not be fooled. Skynet is almost ready to go live. It's funny. Now here, this is Iconic Chatter says that Doge is stopping the needless spending. How have you seen the videos on this? The list, what our taxpayer dollars are going to. Man_man73 Cheeto Jesus with 3 laughing emojis. Cheeto Jesus. Oh man. All right. Justin F6J 2D says, you can give us all the evidence you want. Doesn't matter. There's nothing anyone can do. Anthony Chustz, CHUSTZ 5814 says, you're a great
Hello, everybody. This is Paul from Off Grid Desert Farming News with.
This is what was it here? Says here, you're a great impersonator. You did that character in Idiocracy just great. You should work on your impersonations and do them more often. Maybe they could be a side career. Thank you for your videos and this bullshit. But the thing is, he's only speaking on one-sided, you know. Okay, this is from JebMekMe2165 says they're not cheering him on. He's using AI to remove and repress the opposition. This is Deborah Lammer 48400 says, good, they need audit. You are wrong. You were all wrong. So it's just that he's so he's pretty much speaking forked tongue.
Secret, could he be putting in backdoor systems to help China? We don't know, folks. The rapid fire set of remarks following on the heels of speech Duffy gave before a conference of state DOT officials on Wednesday comes roughly a week after the worst U.S. airline crash in 2 decades, with investigators still in the early stages of the probe. On Wednesday, the list of crash victims were identified, and salvage of the past.
Now about that, I'm gonna go here to Richard from Boston. Here, he's
non-disclosure agreements. They've all been.
Okay.
There were 4 people in the black.
Now this is from I was gonna do yesterday, but I didn't do it. So I didn't get a chance to do it. So it says here I was wrong about the Black Hawk crash. Predator drones are circling U.S. American cities. Proof. Okay, here it is. This is from Richard from Boston.
So I've spent the last 2 days driving out to an undisclosed location to meet up with an ex-Special Forces soldier that's a subscriber or follows my channels. I don't know if he subscribed. I didn't ask. But I've spoken with him a couple of other times. I think last year and 2 years prior to that. So I know him. I know of his character. And some of the things that he's told me have panned out. They're legit. You know, they weren't just his theories. But he told me I got something wrong, and I wanted to correct that. I said that the Black Hawk didn't have anybody in it at all. It was simply being flown by AI. That was wrong. There were 4 people in the Black Hawk, and there were 4 people rescued. That was originally posted by the mainstream. That 4 people were rescued and taken to the firehouse, and now I know why. They were flying that. They were doing training. That was legit. That's exactly what they were doing. And then all of a sudden, the entire chopper got taken over. And when they started going, I mean, they made a straight beeline at the airplane. The airplane couldn't get out of the way, and the Black Hawk couldn't be controlled. So they bailed out, as you're supposed to. They were rescued, brought to the fire department, and then that entire story where they were rescued got scrubbed. It went away. That's exactly what happened. And that makes sense now, because everything about the people they're presenting as the pilots makes no sense at all. One of the guys they're saying that was a pilot actually had eye stigmatisms, and he couldn't fly. He was just a crew chief. They've got him listed as a pilot without his certification. The other guy was a pilot, and they're showing that. The female was a captain, but they're not showing any of her medical information. You know, the one who's, as soon as she died, all of her social media was scrubbed by her family. Because that's what happens when you find out somebody got killed on a helicopter. The first thing you do is go, hey, let's all log into her social media, because that will be easy, logging into somebody else's social media and literally wiping it in real time. So, I figured I'd tell you that. Just Just to say that, I had to drive for 2 days. But you know what? It's worth it. And here's the other thing. They're going to do something at the Super Bowl, and I got a funny feeling it's...
Now, there's going to be a lot of questions on the chopper. Now, Richard here says that he was wrong about the Black Hawk crash. There's 4 people that were rescued, but there was a lady, a woman that was she died, and somehow from what Richard got from a source that the chopper, all of a sudden they something took over the chopper, and the chopper like beeline for the plane. It beeline for the plane, and see, if it was done, if AI took control of the Black Hawk chopper, okay, I'm not saying it did. If there could have been a malfunction within the chopper, or somehow, I mean, whatever happened took over the Black Hawk helicopter and beeline the thing into the plane. So
It's going to be an attack by somebody flying a plane. I just got that in my head. If that isn't how it goes, it is what it is. But there will be an event. Because this entire crash thing, Washington, Philly, really? Super Bowl? I mean, here we go. Here we go. Be ready. If you got tickets to the Super Bowl, I'd watch it from a bar room, far away from the stadium. It's not worth it. Unless to you it is. I don't know. But if you're listening and you've got tickets, you've been warned. And if you go and something happens, you were warned.
So before I show you the Predator drone I caught circling over Oregon, get your money out of the bank, because these people are making serious moves. We literally got Predator drones just cruising around at very high altitudes over American cities. Get your money out of the bank before the Super Bowl, and before they shut down the bank. Have them turn it into gold and silver and send it to you so you have it in your hand. This gold and silver isn't to try to buy your way into heaven. It's going to be to help you survive when there's no more grocery stores, there's no more banks, there's no more gasoline, and you don't have everything you need, and you need to trade with somebody. And I mean, seriously, are you going to let the New World Order scumbags take your 401k and your IRA that you've been working your whole life for? A lot of you have gone with this, and it's all worked out well. And I don't push anything on YouTube or any platforms except this, because it's legit. At any rate, onto the Predator drone. Yeah, that's a thing.
So the people that they're claiming were flying the helicopter weren't. The people that were flying the helicopter have been. Well, they've all signed it, non-disclosure agreements. They've all been sat down in the room and told what is what. And here's what some people found on the woman that was allegedly flying the helicopter.
Rabbit hole. Have you ever heard of feminism to the third power? This was posted December 19th, 2017. Are you a man? Do you notice anyone in this picture? This is Army Captain Rebecca Loback. Now, I know the media was very hesitant to release her name. They said it was due to her family's request. But check this out. Army withholds name of black helicopter crew in DC crash. 2 others identified. They had no problem identifying these 2 quick. It says here the 3rd crew member on the helicopter was a female pilot with 500 hours of flying experience. Okay, so this is where it gets really fishy for me, because they kept saying that the other 2 were pilots. Hold on a second. Who is pilot Ryan O'Hara, crew chief on Black Hawk? Former instructor of crew chief killed on Black Hawk in DC crash speaks. The only problem is, Ryan O'Hara was never a pilot. O'Hara enlisted in the Army immediately after high school, starting as a mechanic before becoming a crew chief. Due to eye stigmatism, he was unable to pursue a career as a pilot. Why were they saying he was a pilot? This is Ryan O'Hara's information under the FFA. Notice how there's no medical information. He has to have a certificate. It's required to be a pilot. He was a mechanic. Now the other gentleman, Andrew Austin Reeves, he was a pilot. If you look here, he has his medical there. He has his certificate. He has all of his credentials here. So I went and looked up Rebecca Loback. I found this interesting. She has no medical information available. Isn't that interesting? Donald Trump said it was a DEI hire. We don't have information, that's for sure, but things are getting crazy. The FAA turned away 1,000 job applicants because of its DEI rules, despite staff shortages, lawsuit claims. Here it says the military aircraft was flying above 300 feet, which it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be at 200 feet to avoid commercial jets.
Yeah, you're supposed to be at 200 feet. That's it, 200 feet. No higher, just right there at 200. You know, that's like okay. This is the news chopper, so I wanna. Now, if you're at 200 feet, right? Okay, exactly here. 200 feet. It's all allowed. You're allowed to go. No, if you go higher than 200 feet, you're putting yourself in danger, and anyone in there with you in danger. You know. So you got to be at 200 feet max. No higher than that. And you have to have a certain amount of flying hours. You know.
Arriving at the Virginia airport, and it was at least a half a mile off course when it collided with an American Airlines flight. They said the family didn't want her name out there, but yet her name is out there now, and all of her social media has been scrubbed, even members of her family. So I started digging. She was a White House aide with Biden. That's her in the middle. I found this interesting as well. How many times can you hit the paper? March 29th, 2011, she was homeschooled, and she made the news. She was also there to walk Ralph Lauren when he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Joe Biden. Interesting. She's only 28 years old and she was a captain already. She was doing pretty good for herself. She owned a $567,000 home. But the crazy part about it, she didn't live there. The occupants were Virginia Field and Robert C. Vincent. But the other crazy part is Robert Vincent passed away on October 3rd, 2017. And if you ask Grok, all the info that Grok has on her was published after the crash. That's really interesting. Here are the publication dates. So what do we have here? When I checked out this photo, this says it's 71% AI generated. 29% chance that this picture is real. So I find it interesting that you can go back 50 years with Donald Trump and accusations against him, and Kavanaugh accusations against him, but we're not allowed to know anything about this woman. Everything was scrubbed. That should raise questions. And
yeah.
The fact that it wasn't put out there right off the bat, but yet they put the two other men out there. Now, I've never been a pilot, but it struck me as odd, and it seemed like 500 hours of flying experience was not that much, especially for someone who was named captain. She was the one flying the Black Hawk. That's what Grok said. She was the pilot in command. Check out what this pilot said about her 500 hours of flight time.
Now let's talk about the 500 hours briefly. 500 hours of flight time is so low, I wouldn't turn anybody loose in any of my airplanes at 500 hours with passengers for hire or flying anywhere near a major airport or anywhere else for that matter. I think, quite frankly, 500 hours is just barely adequate to get yourself up and back down safely. I really do. And the reason why I know that is because I was a 500-hour pilot at one time. And the time between when I got my pilot license And when I had my first major scare, happens in that window, right? So somewhere between getting your pilot license and between 500 and 1,000 hours, something really sketchy is probably going to happen.
So I wasn't totally wrong. It was AI that took over that helicopter, but there were 4 people on that helicopter, and the entire story they're feeding us is complete nonsense. All the information about this 500-hour pilot was uploaded after the incident. That's crazy. I like this kid. He did a good deep dive here, and I gave him a follow on TikTok. But dude, stop using Grok. Grok is evil, straight up. And here's the 4 survivors that were found. Anybody that mentioned it, their video's been taken down, because that's how they roll. So, being a subscriber of mine, you're pretty much familiar with that. I'm getting a lot of emails where people are sending me...
So what he's saying is that 4 people did survive. 4 people did survive that the chopper. They all bailed out. Okay. The female that died, they will not name her. The army withheld her name, and her social media was completely wiped, you know. And the ones that did survive were forced to sign a NDA, what stands for non-disclosable agreement. Now, the thing is, there were 4 survivors, but that was as well because they want to run that there was no survivors, you know. There were 4 survivors of the chopper. There's 5 people on the chopper. 1 died. 4 survived. 4 were taken to a firehouse. You know, told what was what, and completely that they had to sign a. Then there was wiped, just like this woman who died, who did die, but her social media and her families were completely wiped, expunged, like they never existed. So
YouTube video links. Maybe you're a new subscriber, but I don't watch other YouTubers. It's very rare. There's a couple that I follow because they usually have the headlines, because they're not someplace like, I don't know, like this. You know what I mean? I'm usually out and about, and many times when I go to meet subscribers, their not compounds, but their properties aren't cell phone signal friendly, which is awesome. But I tend to fall behind on what's actually happening day to day. So I try to catch up on other videos, and there's a few channels that I recommended, which is a very rare thing. But the longer I watch them, the longer I understand that they're simply using what used to be the truth community as a monetary device. They're covering these stories, but they're not actually getting into anything. They're showing you the damage and then just showing you more damage. You know, I don't know how to say this, but you know, using TikTok in a YouTube video is incredibly lazy. You know what I'm saying? Where are the patents? Where are the links? Where's the proof? You know what I'm saying? It's sad because the truth community, we were on it. As a collective, we all stopped many false flag events because we shone so much light on them that the powers that be had to change their game plan. Straight up, it's happened numerous times, probably more times than we can even count. But the biggest question I'm getting is, do you trust this channel? Do you trust this channel?
usually, I don't know who they are. But here's a hint. If somebody's covering something, and then the very next day they're covering the next hot topic, and then the next day they're covering the next hot topic, and then...
What he's trying to say, what he's saying here is, and I totally agree. You know, I do TikTok videos, but I've been really doing them as of late, because I've been back on YouTube most of the time. You know, and just really, you know, at a point that I'll do a Rumble video as well. I like Rumble. It's good. I like Rumble. It's a good platform, and I'll share my stuff on other platforms that I'm on. You know, and I don't tell what my channels are on other platforms, because I want you guys to find out for yourself, you know. So the thing is, you know, it makes a good point that the powers that be always try to change their game plan, because the more we do this, the more it's the people, not the secular media. It's us, it's we the people that's getting out there, because we don't trust the media. We don't trust them at all, because they're bought and paid for. They're owned by the government. They're owned by the agencies and shit. They're owned by politicians and other corporations, because they want to control the narrative. They want to control the information. They want to control the free flow of information. You know, try to dumb us down. Well, guess what, folks? We're not dumbed down. We're actually the people. You know, that's why we do videos on YouTube and Rumble and I know on Minds, Gab, MeWe, BitChute, Parler, Getter, you know, Tumblr, X, and you know, Truth Social, and you know, CloutHub and MeWe. I mean, because the thing is, we not a lot on Facebook, not a lot on Instagram, because those can be censored big time. You know, Parler and Getter, you know, and this is my X account here. It's my X profile. Okay, this is this is my X platform, my X profile. And yeah, I mean, also this is my Rumble on my one of my two Rumble channels here. This is one of them, and I have another one. It's on my phone, but it's Reverend Ordo 76. And I have three followers on that one. Just trying to build them up, you know. But what Richard's trying to say is that the powers that be is they know it's we the people that are doing this, trying to get it out there, and the people on this platform are trying to, in their power, because most of them are far left, and really will do anything to censor any kind of information, Because Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, hey, look, yeah, FBI told us to censor some shit, and we got told by the Biden administration some shit, hey, do this, and they got paid. They got paid, They got money from the U.S. aid, just like NPR, just like Politico, right? Just like Politico, and shit.
There's no continuity. They're not tying anything together. They already forgot about the drones that are all over New Jersey, that are still all over New Jersey. Well, that's not a hot topic. That's not a hot headline. Yeah, but it still matters. You know what I mean? The guy that just got selected for president to literally bring in the New World Order, and he didn't make any bones about it. The first day in, we're giving $500 billion. Our national debt's at $37 trillion, so he's going to give $500 billion to all the people on Earth that are already absolute billionaires. You see what's going on here? People just drop that subject because of this, that, and the other thing. And they never actually expand on anything or explain anything or how things tie into the agenda at large. They just go over it because it's a hot topic. And then when you start going back in their videos, you see they've only been around a year or two, and their channels usually started out as sensationalist channels to get views. Their priority is money. Nicholson, 1968, came to this realization years ago, and fortunately he did it in a live stream. He had never shown his face, but it dawned on him that how can you present information like you're presenting to the public, to fellow Christians, and hide your identity? So he showed his face, and to this day he still does. You know what I mean? Anybody that's telling you that they're a truther or telling you what the government's doing and has multiple YouTube channels and refuses to get off YouTube because, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, private websites just aren't enough, and they continually play whack-a-mole with YouTube, I stopped. YouTube banned me. I cannot start another YouTube channel. I tried, so I went to BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, Richie from Boston TV, Facebook when they let me back on, because it's good to use because I can tell people when a new video's up. But people that just strictly stay on YouTube, it's all about the money. People that don't show their faces for years.
I'm on YouTube. Is it about the money? No. It's not about the money. It's not about trying to get gajillion subs, or gajillion views, It's about educating, informing, I'm also on Rumble. I got 2 subscribers, 2 followers on one channel, and 3 on another one. Richie here has 13,000 followers. Okay, I have 59 followers on my X. Okay, look. Okay, look. I have 58 followers on my X, right? It's not about trying to get gazillion followers or gazillion subs. It's about informing and educating the public, Get the info out there, because it's not about the money. It's not about oh, I gotta try to get a gazillion followers. No, it ain't about that. It's about knowledge. It's about informing the people. It's about informing the public, because it's we the people. It's we the people, man. Richie here is making a good point here. On the nose. Looking for Charlie. On the nose, I'm an ordinary guy myself. Like Richie, I'm an ordinary guy. I'm also on Rumble myself. It ain't about the views or anything like that. It's about letting you, the public, know. I'm not only on YouTube, I'm also on Rumble, I'm on X, I'm on, Minds, Gab, MeWe, CloutHub, Parler, Getter, Tumblr, yes, even TikTok, but that's no here, no there. The thing is, I'm 49 years old. Okay, I'm 49 years old. And I'm also on Clapper as well. Yeah, again, it's not about the money. It's not about trying to get gazillion views. It's about you, the public, that deserves information, because the secular media will not give you jack shit. Okay? It's we the people. It's the people that give each other information that we are needing. Because the corporations are controlled by other corporations and other entities out there, wearing suits with the red and blue ties and the fake cheesy smile with the gold tooth. And but Richie here on the nose, big time.
Think about it. How much truth is in them if they're hiding their identity? My identity's out there, and I paid the price for it. It is what it is. You do not make money on BitChute. I guess I'm told that they show ads. Ads on BitChute have nothing to do with the creators at all. Not that I know of. Rumble, you don't make any money. I'm not in this for money at all. Money helps, but money isn't everything. No. Especially when you're talking about the end chapter of the Bible literally coming to fruition before our eyes. Because it is. We're literally looking down the barrel of Revelations right now. Literally. And anybody that has a platform that refuses to use it to spread the true word of God and the truth of what's happening on this earth, because they don't want to lose their platform, isn't of God. Period. That's all there is to it. If you have the ability to show the truth to people, even if you get canceled right after, at least you reached 100, 200, maybe 1 million people. That matters. If you're not doing that because of monetary reasons, then you're still of this world. And that's all there is to it. I had to say that. I don't know why. Whatever. All right, so I'm not trying to cast any shade on other YouTubers, but Dabu just came out with a video saying Jade Helm is now live. And he's equating with Operation Jade Helm to troops on the border right now. And I got to correct the record, because unlike most channels, I went in my Jeep. I went to the entire area affected by Jade Helm, and myself and Anthony Patch discovered what Jade Helm was. Jade Helm was the military using all their best special forces operators, all the real high-tier guys, and they set them loose in this entire area to see if they could hide from AI. That's how long AI's been training. And that was the entirety of Jade Helm. Was, could AI using street light cameras, ATM cameras, store cameras, car cameras, cell phone cameras, etc., could it find special forces operators that were trying to not be found? That's what Jade Helm was. Now, this thing on the border is simply the New World Order. It's nothing more, nothing less. Messing with Mexico is going to give them the excuse to start blowing up Americans, blaming it on Mexicans. Nothing more, nothing less. I just had to put that in there real quick. And when Anthony Patch and I came to that conclusion, we also talked to Special Forces operators. That's the beauty of being on YouTube this long and talking about what I've been talking about this long and being ex-military. I actually have the ability to talk to people that would know and do know. You got to put that out there because what he's talking about has nothing to do with anything. But on that, I'll digress. So I just got footage of a Predator drone.
Now, what he's showing here is a Predator drone flying around in Oregon. Here, let me okay, he's showing okay,
So I've spent the last 2 days driving out to an undisclosed location to meet up with an ex-special.
trying to show you guys here.
Special Forces.
Let's see here.
Soldier.
Well, what I'm trying to say is that he's filming a drone flying around in Oregon because there's Predator drones are circling around in American cities, and that's some.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 6th.
That's some scary shit there, folks.
U.S. military Predator drone just casually circling around a city, a town, a little neighborhood. Unbelievable. The drones are not gone, and the drones are not from outer space. They're our own drones. Why in the world would a United States military Predator drone be cruising over a neighborhood, circling? Because I got it with a GoPro first, and then it started circling back, so I whipped out the P900. And I gotta say, I did relent after a bit because it seemed to be turning towards me. And I don't need that kind of static today, necessarily. If they're gonna do it, I prefer they do it at night, but we'll see. At any rate, Predator drones circling the United States. And I don't just have pictures of bright lights, I can prove it. I'm out.
Wow. Yeah, that's wow. On the fucking nose, man. A good friend of mine got me on this channel here on Rumble. I'm very thankful for it. Him, Richard from Boston, also look up for Charlie. Good one. But the one that I'm beginning to really have this disdain for, and that is off-grid desert farming news with Paul Adrian. You don't hear from Adrian. Why? Where's Adrian? Where's she at, man? Where is she, man? Where is, like, dude, hey, you know, like, all you hear is from Paul, a gnat-brained cheap knockoff of Wolfman Jack. At least Wolfman Jack was more worth the listen, and Paul here, he's just talking to himself, thinking, "I'm the smartest guy on the net." No, you're a gnat-brained moron who's talking to himself. But there is some people here. There's about about four that really call him out. And this is from Bono Mo Turkish Taffy 5 hours ago. Some of you may not like what here, but I'm going to say it anyway. God bless Musk. A good percentage right now probably having that, I hear this name. I've been waiting my whole life, all my life, for someone to expose and hold accountable the thieves who rape the American public every single day to get away with it. Scot-free, the party of thievery. The Democrats, including the neocons or rhinos, by the way, are going stark raving nuts, so they have helped expose themselves. If Trump, again, I heard his name, I'm melting. I should be a voice actor, won't I? Huh? Can figure out how to dismantle the U.S. aid. U.S. aid who's been paying a lot of dumb bastards a lot of money, including NPR and Politico, and the satanic Department of Education, and the Luciferian CIA, and a host of other abominable agencies of the U.S. federal government. He will go down in history among the greatest of U.S. presidents. Now, I do agree. Some of you are probably like, I don't think so. Okay. Wildman62 here says, where you getting your info is your problem. He could have taken over years ago. Then how do you have one of the highest security clearances in the USA? You're foolish. Maybe I am. Freedom was going bye-bye under Biden. Treasury has had AI for 10 years. Mainstream media got money from U.S. aid. Millions, that is, 92 million went senile. Joe Biden, which were kickbacks from Ukraine. NPR, which is National Public Radio, by the way, also got money. All your sources are all mainstream media. Yeah. Not one source is by anyone that is truly independent. Musk did not fire anyone. Marco Rubio did the trimming of jobs. Our stolen money used all the sources, not one-sided. Musk could have taken over long ago, one-sided. You're the fucking moron. We are broken as a nation. 21 trillion missing from the Defense Department under Obama. How about that? Look it up. Wordful. Okay. Now, Paul mentioned the movie Idiocracy. Okay, now, Idiocracy was a movie that came out in the 90s, right? In the 90s, early 2000s. That was equivalent of the movie They Lived with Roddy Piper, which was directed by John Carpenter, who did Halloween. And They Live. If you remember the movie They Live with Kurt Russell, I said the movie as a kid. It scared the shit out of me, dude. As a kid, man. They Live. Now, Fredo was a character in the movie Idiocracy. Now, eating the Ascend 12 hours ago, perfect analogy. Fredo, Doge. There's two arrows. One pointing to Fredo, one pointing to Doge. Okay, Metzi here, Metzi 802. There we go. There's much to discern with entering the Treasury Department versus the Defense Department or any other agency like health or education. Elon wasn't elected. Kamal wasn't elected as a candidate either, as we know. One bird with two wings and a bull running the China shop. I'd rather they all come clean and tell the truth without omissions or scripted ear tickling, likely not going to happen. Semi-controlled chaos is what we'll get, and they have the gall to wonder why. Mental illness on the rise. God knows, waiting for his response. Yeah, that's I actually disliked this video that Paul here did here. I'm beginning to really see that not everybody here on Rumble that are following Paul here on his channel here, because lately he's been kind of wobbly, like a wheel going like a wheel on a chuck wagon going on a wobble, on his finger. And it's mainly mainstream media shit, man. When I first started watching Paul on his off-grid desert farming news, it was cool. It was cool. It was cool. And I thought, oh, that's pretty good. But then all of a sudden, I want to watch this channel here. Also, I'll watch Richard from Boston, and also look out for Charlie, that cool dude. Because the thing is, out of the three, Richard from Boston on the nose, also on the nose, looking for Charlie. But off-grid desert cooking with Paul and Adrian, Paul is off his rocker. He's becoming a Nat-branded cheap knockoff of Wolfman Jack. Like, what the fuck, dude? At least I can be listening to some good music like Fats Domino or, say, Del Shannon or Buddy Holly, Richard Valens, that kind of good music. But dude here, Paul here, it's like listening to a record of nails scratching a chalkboard. I would rather listen to Janis Joplin than this shit, man. I would rather listen to Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison, The Doors, than this shit, man. At least there's some good music to listen to than this shit, right? I don't know. But the thing is, they're wastes of money. Taxpayers are finally realizing their tax dollars been funding stupid shit. You know, it's like a gold-digging wife completely going crazy on the credit card. You know, completely going crazy with the credit card. You know, and wasting spending. Well, crap. You know, and I tell you what, man. You know, this is absolutely nuts, and taxpayers are livid. Hard-working taxpayers, right? Are just livid, man. You know, finally realize why is my tax dollars being used on these shit for? $2 million for a sex change in $20 million or the $50 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq. This is a waste of fucking money. No wonder we're in fucking debt, you know. And well, it's a distraction, Rev. That ain't the point. You work your ass off, right? You work your ass off. Hope to when you retire. No, my dad, you know, I was with him the other day, and he met an old high school buddy he hasn't seen in years. Both are retired, you know. My daddy was told him, like, you know, I would love to retire on a nice fishing boat, but I can't because his health ain't what it used to be. You know, he has a metal hip, a new hip that he got in 2007. He had his hip replaced because the ball joint on his hip no longer it's rubbing. It's the bone part, the ball joint, causing a lot of pain in his hip. So he got his hip replaced, and my late grandfather had one too. He had both replaced, and years ago before he died. You know, my dad's dad, and it's like, you know, there's not a lot of left of my dad's generation left. You know, they're like, you know, there's always that good generation that, you know, the greatest was the Silent Generation, World War II, you know, Gen X, you know. Gen X is the last great generation. The last. You know, we are the last generation of, you know, it's just that, you know, when you waste shit, you know, taxpayers work their ass off. Okay, my father is a retired blue collar worker. He worked in construction for many years, you know, for many years, and for a long time, and he's been retired for over 10 years. You know, just retired, you know. 26 years he retired after 26 years. Finally retired, and shit, makes no sense that well, I can't say that because taxpayers are going to be pissed after find out that their tax dollars were wastefully used through the U.S. aid on stupid shit. On real stupid shit, and like, I feel for the blue collar workers, the men and the women. I feel for them, Richie from Boston hit it on the nose, man. Right on the nose. Right on the nose. And he's not bullshitting. No, he ain't bullshitting, He couldn't create another channel on YouTube because I did. I'm back on YouTube. Because of this, I want to come back and do this. Is it about the money? No. Is it about the gajillion subs? No. That's a pipe dream for some dumbass, man. I believe with the people. I believe in educating, also informing you, the public, because the secular media ain't gonna tell you shit. Because why? They're controlled. They're controlled. Yeah. Yeah. Disney controls and owns ESPN and ABC. Viacom owns, Comcast owns and runs NBC and CNBC and MSNBC. Amazon owns the Washington Post. Viacom owns CBS. AT&T owns CNN. News Corp owns Fox News and other yeah. So yeah, that's really insane, man. I mean, like, really insane, dude. But I do agree with Richie, man, because. But then again, Paul here, he's just. I mean, most of the stuff he's speaking on is all stuff from mainstream media, all that shit. But again, here, let's see here. Okay, Wild Man 52. Where are you getting your information is your problem. Yeah. All your sources are all mainstream media. Not one source is by anyone that is truly independent. So Paul is getting owned every fucking time he do a video on Rumble. But on YouTube, they love the son of a bitch. They love the son of a bitch. A good percentage thinks he's nuts. But Paul here on Rumble, 22,000 people. So followers, but he lost some followers from what I'm looking at here. It's just really nuts here, man. Really nuts. But then again, not gonna judge him. But I'm just saying the guy's nuts. But I think she should look at other. I mean, not just read from what is said on the mainstream side, but also look at the independent side too. I mean, not every news is corporate, but you have your independent media too. Look at them as well, not just corporate media. Again, I should be a voice actor, on radio. Love to, want to, but I don't think they would see that. Yeah.
Passenger airplane and the U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter that hit it are ongoing. Details about what role Musk and his employees might play in changing the air traffic control system, or even what parts of the system are under their microscope, are murky. Nobody knows what he's doing. But Musk's social media posts reference problems the agency has had with a system of notifying pilots about hazards.
About that, Richard from Boston talked to someone that because he got something wrong and he admitted it, and he kind of came back and got more information. There were 4 survivors on that chopper, and there's 5. 4 survived, 1 didn't. The one that died, she had her name withheld by the Army, and her social media completely wiped. And found out that she's a staff member under the Biden administration, and 500 hours is like whoa. Pilot said that he used to be a 500-hour guy, pilot, but he had to work more hours to get past that shit. Because if you're at 500 hours, not enough time. You're like beginner kind of thing, And found out AI took over the chopper. Just basically took it, shot it right at the plane. But 4 did survive. That they're taken to a station or a firehouse, and had to sign an NDA, meaning non-disclosable agreement. All of a sudden, that was like, because all of a sudden, there were no survivors. There were survivors for the chopper. They all bailed out. So there were 4 survivors of the chopper. 1 didn't survive. That was the woman who was in the military, the Army chick, 28 years old, Biden staff member, name withheld by the Army, wiped off social media. her and her family. Yeah, that's just really. But of course, I have a feeling that YouTube here might be like, did he just say there was 4 survivors? I got information from somebody, so don't get mad at me. So that's from Richie from Boston here on Rumble. Someone has a fan page of Richie from Boston, which she has control of that, and yeah, so 4 survivors, NDA, gone, like it never even happened, you know, or mentioned, you know. Okay, now, yeah, this is really all fucking nuts, man. And, ladies and gentlemen, this is good old Reverend Ordo, and this has been the Anonymous Manawati Sec. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And we'll all see you in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.